Here was this guy supposedly sitting in Calcutta. He knew everybody in Bollywood. I said, Dada, he's right. That industry does tend to typecast you. Basically, it was the hookah and the chess set and the pistols. You see. So then we went to Jaipur, Hyderabad, Lucknow, London for the military costumes. So सारा research करना पड़ता है. So I used to love doing that, And I used to love doing that with them, Well, I think we should leave it here. बहुत टाइम हो गया. क्या है ना कि वो सारी फिल्मों में लड़ाई होती है. Every film has fights, you see. तो इसलिए वो सारे इंडस्ट्री वो उसका वही था. कहते अब तो सारा लौंडा सारा पहले रजनीगंधा बना गया, फिर शतरंज की खिलाड़ी बना गया, फिर जाके हॉलीवुड में जाके वहां ना फिल्म बना दे. So they're very happy that I fell. You got so impressed. They used to see every film. You see? Yeah, he said, but for that role, I want his father. So then he says, Suresh, you remember Garam Hawa? I said, yes, sir. He said, remember the guy who comes at the end? It's chasing the Tonga. I want him. I thought, I hadn't seen Garam Hawa actually. I want him for the role. So then Shama Zaidi's husband, was apna Satyu, who made the film. So I said, just saw Satyu. That's all. Farooq came to me in the film. So that's also a story, you see. The Farooq, Satyajit Ray used to come and stay at Kempscon in a hotel there, where he used to come for his re-recording, na. So I moved into first to Taj. He said, no, it's too much money, Then he was staying in. So I stayed there a lot if I get in the hotel. Anyway, the one hotel at Kempscon. तो खैर वहाँ पर तो इनको हमने but I insisted on upgrading him. You see, he used to stay in a single room. I said, no, it's okay. I said, no, Dada, people are going to come and meet you, and I want you to have privacy in your bedroom so you can meet them in the room. That's why I insist that you stay in a suite,
मुंह में दही जमा है क्या? क्या हुआ? जी कुछ नहीं. तो कौन इनके पीछे? कौन पीछे पड़ा इनके? फौज पीछे पड़ गई थी. फौज? जी हाँ. किसकी फौज? हमारी फौज. बादशाह की फौज. अच्छा. जी हाँ मामूजान, जंग का अंदेशा है. कंपनी की फौज कानपुर तक पहुंच गई है. बादशाह की फौज में जबरदस्ती भर्ती हो रही है. उनके पास सिपाहियों की कमी है ना.
बहुत सारे लोगों को पकड़ कर ले गए हैं वो लोग.
यानी आपको भी मालूम है ये सब?
मुझे आखिर मैंने अभी भी बताया.
अच्छा. सरकारी अफसर घर तलाशी ले रहे हैं. हमारे घर भी आए थे वो.
मगर ये मेहताबी से कूद कर निकल भागे.
जी हाँ. अच्छा. मियां, भागते हुए तुमने किसी देखा तो नहीं? कह नहीं सकता माऊजान. सरकार का सवार था लेकिन.
घोड़े की तापे तो मैंने भी सुनी थी.
कब?
बस आपके आने से जरा पहले. टपाटप.
So then Farooq Sheikh came to see him. So I discreetly went down to the restaurant. I said, इनको बात करने दो, डायरेक्टर एक्टर को, प्रोड्यूसर बीच में क्या करेगा. तो आधे घंटे के बाद आया मैं ऊपर. I just took half an hour off. Because I'm just going down for half an hour and work. He also understood why I am there. So Dada sitting there chewing his chashme ka wo. That's what he used to do when he was in the thing. He used to just chew that, When he's in deep thought. Suresh. Farooq has a problem which I can't solve. Maybe you can solve it. So I said, okay, I said, Farooq, what's the problem, you know? So he said, Jindal साहब ऐसे है कि somebody has offered me a main role in a film. और लोग कहते हैं कि अगर मैं ये supporting role, छोटा role कर लिया ना, तो I'll be typecast in that kind of casting. I'm also in a dilemma. I'm a second film producer, yaar. I did pretty well, you know. I said, Farooq, you're right about that, you know. वो typecasting हो जाती है. I said, but I think that for a great director like Mr. Ray, you know, even if you get a one-line role, it's a great achievement, you know. Then I said, remember there was a film called The Pawnbroker. The main lead, Rod Steiger. मुझे समझ याद आ गया मुझे, you know. वो कहते हैं that when जब कोई काम होना होता है ना, you know, even the devil helps you see. You know the film The Pawnbroker, Rod Steiger. I said, look, Rod Steiger before that was always doing supporting roles and small roles. But that one film, and I think it was very, very, very well-known director. He said that, but that one film changed his whole career around, you see. So I said, you are right, you know. I said, Dada, he's right. That industry does tend to typecast you in certain roles. And the film was Noori that you're talking about. That was his first feature-length film, which was made after Khilari. वो कह रहा ना जिसने कहा ना कि मुझे किसी लोगों ने मुझे फुल लेंथ फिल्म प्रॉमिस करी है और वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर मैं छोटा रोल कर दिया ऐसे तो मेरी I'll get typecast in that way.
Well, I know he can be obstinate. He's the only king in the entire Aud dynasty who has refused to be treated by an English doctor.
Who does he consult?
Quacks, from what I can gather.
Stubborn fool.
Yeah, I think Barry John was suggested by somebody, and not me, but Victor, of course. Victor Manik picked him up, you know.
आप मुल्क के इंतजाम को शिकायत कैसे कर सकते हैं रेजिडेंट साहब? हमारी रियायत तो बेहद खुशहाल और मुतमईन है.
The Prime Minister wishes to know how there can be talk of misrule when the people are so happy.
Just ask the Prime Minister if he knows about Colonel Sleeman's report.
आपने स्लीमन साहब का बयान देखा है?
हम उस बयान से वाकिफ हैं, लेकिन सलीमन साहब सुल्तान आलम की मर्जी के खिलाफ दौरे पर गए थे. इसके बावजूद हमने सलीमन साहब और उनके 1100 आदमियों के तमाम अखराजात बर्दाश्त किए. उनके लिए खेमे और हाथी फराहम किए गए. रसद का बंदोबस्त भी हुआ. इसके बावजूद अगर सलीमन साहब ने हमारे खिलाफ बयान दिया तो हमारी बदकिस्मती है. अगर सलीमन साहब सुबह बंगाल का दौरा करते जो कंपनी की अमलदारी में है तो शायद...
Mr. Khan, it's no use wasting words.
Barry and Tom were already theatre stars. So was Victor. They were all big theatre stars, you see. So acting was not new to them. Only cinema. You see? See, the thing is because period film, na? Period film क्या होता है कि everything you have to get genuine articles, na? You know, it's not the same thing. You know, even the clothing is not the same, ashtray is not the same. You know, so then there are certain main articles. You know, like the hookah and the pistols. You know, the shawls. You know, everything, you know, all the lamp shams, everything you have to kind of recreate, na. So then, see, basically it was the hookah and the chess set and the pistols, you see. तो हम उसके लिए हम देखने गए, लोगों ने कहा यहाँ पर है, हमारे पास ये है, वहाँ पे। तो then we went to Jaipur, Hyderabad, Lucknow, London for the military costumes. See, military costumes क्या होता था ना कि that see जो अफसर कॉस्ट्यूम तो बच जाती थी, जो सबाई कॉस्ट्यूम थी ना वो तो लोग अपना वो फार्मर्स थे बेचारे, वो तो उनको पहन के अपनी पार्ट पूरे खत्म करता था. And then the second thing is that it's not just the costume, it is a way of dressing yourself, you know, very complicated. You know, पेटी है, ऊपर से बस्ता है, ऊपर से तो all the dressing also. So then the biggest costume expert in the world, well, one is of course John Marlowe. John Marlowe has won the Oscar twice. Once for Gandhi, once for Star Wars, I think.
A costume is anything you wear on stage, from a fig leaf to a wedding gown. And what you wear in the movies is designed by some of the nicest and most unflappable people in our community.
Best achievement in costume design. The nominees are John Marlowe and Banu Athaya for Gandhi.
John Marlowe for Star Wars. Susan George wears his intergalactic concept. And Kermit Eller wears the Darth Vader costume.
Love this part.
Yeah.
Do the honors.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and the winners are John Marlowe and Banu Athaya for Gandhi.
उसका भाई एंड्रू मॉलो, छोटा भाई, he is the biggest military costume expert in the world. तो हम उसके पास उसको फाइनली मिलने गए. हम यहाँ सारे म्यूजियम में गए, you know, फोर्ट जॉर्ज, you know, जयपुर, हम सब जगह हम गए ढूंढने के लिए. यहाँ से मैं बहुत लोगों को पूछा भी जितने मिलिट्री एक्सपर्ट्स थे. They didn't have much information about that, you see. So then, finally, Andrew Marlowe had all the research on it. What they look like, how you dress them, you know, etc., etc. So then he made these little drawings for us, systematically showing how to dress the soldier, you know, and the officer. So that's what we went to London for. And then, of course, you don't know how army ke jo march past tha, you see. There's a huge scroll. You know, the scroll must be about, I think, 3 feet long or something, showing a whole army marching into Sindh. तो वहां से पता लगा कि आर्मी मार्च कैसे करती है वहां पर, you know. Because the armies used to walk step by step. They used to have the whole big machine with them, na, including their costume, including their harems, you see. सबको लेके जाते थे. तो पूरा बाजार लग जाता था वहां पर जहाँ रुकते थे. और बने की दुकान भी थी, वहाँ तम्बाकू वाले की दुकान भी थी, वहां पर हेयर कट वाले की दुकान भी थी. तो इन्हें तो पूरी मशीन चलती थी. तो that scroll is the only complete scroll that shows the complete army how they're marching, you know. Then of course the mannerisms, you know. Both of course we had Veer Shama Zaidi and, you know, people from Lucknow. But they couldn't remember the whole. तो then वो किताब मिल गई हमें, उसका रेफरेंस भी है, गुज़श्ता लखनऊ. I was very excited. I found this book, you know, Guज़श्ता लखनऊ, you know, and he tells me, I immediately went and bought it, you know. So that's what it is, you know. I started collecting invitation cards about 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So सारा research करना पड़ता है. So a lot of research. So I used to love doing that, you know. And I used to love doing that with them, you know.
We are most grateful to His Majesty for granting us this interview.
इस मुलाकात के लिए हम सुल्तान आलम के बेहद शुक्रगुजार हैं.
We also appreciate his gesture in disarming his soldiers.
हम फौजियों के उनके हथियार लिए जाने के हुक्म की कदर करते हैं.
We regard it, we hope rightly, as evidence of his concern to negotiate a peaceful conclusion for the treaty.
हम समझते हैं आलीजां अहदनामे के बारे में दोस्ताना बातचीत के लिए तैयार है.
But Attenborough was doing a bridge too far, you know. It's a very big film, you know, huge, like Gandhi, huge film, World War II film. उसकी अभी एडिटिंग कर रहा था ये शूटिंग के बाद. तो यू नो कि एडिटिंग कितना इंटेंस टाइम होता है ना. एडिटिंग के टाइम पर कोई जाता नहीं डायरेक्टर छोड़ के एडिटिंग रूम को, यू नो. बट ही एग्रीड टू डू इट फॉर शतरंज के खिलाड़ी. That famous conversation I mentioned, we went to have lunch at Gaylord's in London. Saeed Jaffrey, Ray and myself and Richard. So इसको बोलता कि for you I'll read the telephone book, you see. This is what all of you youngsters can learn, you see. You know, same with Attenborough, you see. You know, for them even a one-line role was a main role. These great directors, na? That's why they make great films, because we think that one-line role है यार, किसी को भी दे दो, उसी को ड्रॉप कर देते हैं वो. Well, I think we should leave it यार. अब you know बहुत टाइम हो गया. You know क्या है ना कि वो सारी फिल्मों में लड़ाई होती है. Every film has fights, you see. So one should just leave it, you know. It was just kind of basically based on a cultural misunderstanding, you know. Cultural differences. हम पंजाबी हैं, you know, वो बंगाली हैं. वो बंगाली बहुत sensitive होते हैं. हम पंजाबी सारे गधे होते हैं हम. You know, we're too aggressive, you know. तो थोड़ा उसका था कि then there were some unit people also. My friends from Bombay, my friends were also attacking the Bengali people against me, you see. Because now they thought we already talked about the next film, doing it next film together. So Bengali crew was getting nervous कि पता नहीं हम होंगे कि नहीं होंगे. अगर अगली फिल्म हिंदी में करेंगे हॉलीवुड में, हम तो हॉलीवुड की फिल्म की बात कर रहे थे इकट्ठे. Because they had worked with Ray in every film of his, you see. Then of course I was insensitive, you know. I couldn't see this. I couldn't feel the sensitivity because I came from that ecosystem, you see. That ecosystem, हमसे भी ठीक है, साला fuck you, you know. You say fuck me, I say fuck you, यार. And then of course next time you make it up, you know. अब कई लोग साला उसको दिल में रखते हैं यार. I was going through this sensitivity problem. I said, यार मेरे तो ये 2-3 दोस्त हैं. I didn't know that they're carrying this thing so deeply within themselves. So that's what he said, that he was right. He says, you don't treat my crew. If you just treat them a little bit better, they would be, in the letter that I mentioned already. So that I debated a lot with myself कि उसको डालने के नहीं आने का, यार डाल देते हैं. कुछ कहना कि लड़ाइयाँ सबकी होती हैं यार. अरे film got all buggered up, ना the opening यार, because the distributors left the film. So what kind of opening can you expect from that, yaar? जिसमें post hoardings had come up in Bombay already, and they stopped to lift the film. जैसे ही घाटा होगा हमें. अब I was obliged to show them under the contract the film before release. I could have made some bahana also, but I was so confident. यार ऐसे उसने के मेरे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर कुछ भांगड़ा पाएंगे तो मैं समझा कि भांगड़ा डालेंगे मेरे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर देखकर. उन्होंने साल ने फिल्म ही छोड़ दी. कहते हमने फिल्म रिलीज नहीं करनी. So that was the thing that so it was a very hard time after that. I had a very hard time after because I had all this debt, na. All this debt I had to pay. Partly my crew wasn't paid. कुछ हमारे पैसा ना हम क्या फिल्म के बाद देने का रखते हैं. तो इन्होंने जाके शिकायत कर दी मेरे साहब को. तो मेरे साहब ने कहा दिस इज वेरी बैड, तुम इसको पे करो, नहीं मुझे तंग करते रहते हैं कि ये पैसा दिला के दीजिए. उसके बाद क्या ना, उसके बाद तो भैया ये ना became a failure ना. But you see, you must understand the whole industry was waiting for it to fall because they knew what was going to happen next. That this Chutiya guy, Punjabi guy, is going to jump next to Hollywood. You see from here with Ray. This is often commented upon. The Indian character is extremely bad in terms of wanting another Indian to succeed. तो इसलिए वो सारे इंडस्ट्री वो उसका वही था. कहते अब तो सारा लौंडा सारा पहले रजनीगंधा बना गया, फिर शतरंज की खिलाड़ी बना गया, फिर जाके हॉलीवुड में जाके वहां ना फिल्म बना दे. So they're very happy that I fell. My so-called friends, most of all, were happy that I fell. चलो फंस गया साला. मुझे 4 साल लगे डेट देने में. 4 या 5 साल लग गए. इसी वो क्या है ना, इन बिटवीन क्या था ना, मुझे क्या फिर क्या हुआ ना कि मुझे गांधी मिल गई. रे had a commitment to make Ghaire Baire. You see? So that is why he wanted to finish that commitment, and then in the meantime Attenborough offered me Gandhi. तो बीच में फिर वो I think कुछ टाइमिंग हो गया कि I think I finished earlier than Ray, because Ray got a heart attack there, na. It was during that Ghaire Baire that he got his heart attack. So in that time I was thinking of doing a film with Shyam Benegal. Yes, that's what we were planning to do, But then क्या था कि beach is all on outdoor, There were action nights in the rural area, the story is set in the. So then after he got this heart attack, then his doctors forbid him from leaving Calcutta. They said, we need you here under observation. So you can only go one day's trip out of Calcutta, but that's it, where you can go and come back in the evening. So that's why he never made a film that he made studio films, you see. Ganshatru, and then he made Agantok, they're all studio-based films.